Hey, it's George. This is kind of a spur of the moment video. Um, I'm kind of thinking about this for a while, and Nick's Vinyl Buddy did a response to Punk Vinyl Tag 2024, where he was talking about how he didn't really like the term post-punk, or he didn't understand D-beat and crust. And post-punk is a little, doesn't make a ton of sense to me. It's too vague. And I know Vinyl Richie hates the term post-punk too. But this is going to be a genre that I look at my collection and I'm like, oh, I have a lot of goth records. But I have a little bit of a problem with goth records. Not goth records, the term goth. So I'm just going to show 10 goth records that are widely considered goth records, and maybe you'll kind of get the idea and get the catch on to it a little bit, and then I'll talk a little bit about it at the end. But the first thing I'm showing is 45 Grave Autopsy. This is from '87. This is a comp of the stuff, a bunch of EPs and stuff they recorded before this came out. Sleep in Safety from '83. This is really, really great. I love 45 Grave, and I'd really like to get that 7-inch with the pentagram and the goat's head. So anyway, 45 Grave. Next one is Sam Hain in Intuitum. This also partially inspired this video. I just got this today. This is a really good record. It doesn't have the immediate catchiness of stuff like Walk Among Us or Static Age. It's a little more dark and gothic. No duh. And it has kind of there's good songs on it, but it feels like maybe these songs weren't as well thought through. I don't know. It just feels a little rushed in a way, but Who Cannot Be Named is great. Horror Biz, The Shift, Archangel, which is kind of a longer song. This is just, one of those bootleg reissues that has came out in the past couple of years. I looked on Discogs, and I think one of these originals sold for about $2,000, which is just insane. But yeah, Sam Hain. Specimen, Batrosphere. This is, like I said, this is kind of spur of the moment, so I didn't take everything out of sleeves. But this is has their probably most well-known song, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And it's got, it's only 6 songs. The Beauty of Poison, Syria, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Returning from a Journey, Telltale, and Lovers. Which I think Lovers was that kind of I don't know. I don't know a ton about Specimen, but yeah, still in the shrink. And next one is Bauhaus, Bela Lugosi's Dead Sessions. This has, the A-side is just Bela Lugosi's Dead, and then Some Faces, Bite My Hip, Harry, and Boys. I think one of these songs was re-recorded for In the Flat Fields, maybe, or one of their early albums. But these are all demo sessions. Bela Lugosi's Dead is actually a demo, and it just got, I don't know the whole story behind it, but it was released, and yeah. So Bauhaus, everyone knows Bauhaus, and I should clarify, this isn't comprehensive. I don't have any Susie and the Banshees or Cure, Depeche Mode, but that's not really the point. I don't know if you're catching on yet. Maybe. Christian Death. This came out originally '85. This is the '86 reissue on Chameleon Records. This is the only Christian Death I have. I don't know much about them, so I don't know if this was when Roz was still in the band, but this is really, really good. The guitar is so... It sounds weird to say this about a band called Christian Death, but it's really beautiful music, and the guitar is just fantastic. This I found at a sale for like $5. Um, it's one of those UK pressings, so it's a little thinner of a sleeve, but it came with this little lyric booklet that has some pictures I can't show on YouTube, and the lyrics. I don't, like I said, I don't know much about them. I don't. This has 5 songs, so I don't know if this is just like an EP or a 12-inch, but this is really, really great. I definitely need to get more Christian Death. And the back cover is pretty weird. It has this picture of a baby and then a picture of I don't know if you can see that, a guy laying in a coffin, or a dead guy laying in a coffin. So yeah, Christian Death. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse all of a sudden. Now this one, maybe you'll kind of get it. I don't know. The Cramps, Songs the Lord Taught Us. This is, I mean, one of my favorite bands from their debut full length from 1980. Brian Gregory and Poison Ivy, two of my favorite guitar players. Nick Knox on drums. Lux Interior on vocals. This is, I mean, what can be said about this album? Next one is Lords of the New Church. This came out, what, 82? Yeah, 82. This is the U.S. pressing, so it's the text and knife are embossed. The UK pressings, European pressings, had a different cover than this. It's like them all sitting around a table in the desert. But this was kind of a ooh, it's a promo copy. Ooh, kind of a super group. Stiv Bators on vocals from Dead Boys. Brian James on guitar from the original lineup of The Damned. I think someone from Sham 69, either the bass player or the drummer. This is a really great record. It's kind of like your greatest hits. I mean, New Church, Russian Roulette, Question of Temperature is amazing. Eat Your Heart Out, Portobello, and that's just side 1. And then side 2, Open Your Eyes, Living On, Living On, Little Boys Play with Dolls, Apocalypso, and Holy War. They have a few more albums after this, and I think this is all I need. I have heard their cover of Live for Today by the Grassroots. I didn't think that was very good, but Lords of the New Church, this album is awesome. Killing Joke. This is the only Killing Joke I have. This is, I mean, obviously has 80s on it, but probably my favorite on this is Love Like Blood. That's such a good song. I don't know how I have 2 of these. There's 2 of these. But yeah, Nighttime from 86. Great album. I don't really like that cover. The image quality, they're kind of squished, and I don't know. But really good album. I need to, excuse me, get more Killing Joke. The Damned, Strawberries, also from 82, like that Lords of the New Church. Well, first of all, this is the Record Store Day reissue. Do not buy this. They switch out Bad Time for Bonzo for a live version. It doesn't make any sense, but this is a really great album. Probably their best of the 80s, along with the Black Album, which I don't have yet. Ignite, General, Strangers on the Town. Probably my favorite is The Dog. Life Goes On. Like I said, Bad Time for Bonzo if it was the studio version. So yeah, The Damned, Strawberries. And the last one I'm going to show, which I see called Goth a lot, is Klaus Nomi. His debut album from 81, kind of a avant-garde, new wavy, operatic sort of thing. It's real weird. And it is very dark. His cover of Lightning Strike, Nomi Song, You Don't Own Me, Total Eclipse, just a great album. This was, I think most people know that he went on SNL with Bowie in 78, and he did backup vocals on Man Who Sold the World, and then he, excuse me, had this album out in 81 on RCA and a follow-up in 82 called Simple Man, and then he passed away of AIDS in, I think, 83 or 84. This is side note, but I don't think I've talked about this. I've always wondered if they signed Clomi because, you know, Bowie's last album on RCA was Scary Monsters, and then he moved to I can't remember the album Let's Dance is on, and RCA was pissed about that. They released a couple, I think some live stuff and some outtake stuff that he didn't really want to be released. And so I've always wondered if they signed Klaus Nomi because, you know, you kind of have this, especially, you know, in the later 70s, Bowie's getting real weird. You kind of have this kind of experimentally, still sort of avant-garde artists leaving RCA, and they needed someone to fill the gap of Bowie, and I've always kind of wondered if that's why they signed him. That's just me thinking out loud. But yeah, Klaus Nomi, really cool inner sleeve. Anyway, I don't know if I made it super clear, but what I'm trying to kind of show is the Cramps are considered goth, right? But Specimen is also considered goth. Like, there's a big difference in sound and style and between these two. And you know, I don't want to be a dick and be like, oh, your genre isn't a real genre, but to me, goth just doesn't really make sense as a genre. It makes sense as like a scene or a movement or a fashion style. But like, I feel like with other genres, you can see like the influence on each band. Like the Seeds influenced the Iggy Pop, and Iggy Pop influenced the Sex Pistols, and the Pistols influenced the Exploit, you know, stuff like that. But with goth, it seems like it's more about, you know, how they look, and, you know, a visual identity of a band having a distinct style is important, but sound wise, to me, they don't really fit in the same genre. And you could say that about a lot of genres, but once again, like with other genres, there's that kind of through line of you can trace back who influenced who to influence who. And this kind of, you know, gets into the whole discussion of, well, you know, genres are arbitrary and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's true, but they're also really helpful. And I just think that as a genre title for music, the term goth is a little more confusing than it is helpful. Like, you know, the Damned are considered goth, but also Depeche Mode. Like, those are very different genres of music to me, you know? Anyway, I hope I didn't piss anyone off or anything. This is just my opinion. So thanks for watching. And yeah, this video kind of turned out weird. I might not upload it, but we'll see. So thanks for watching.